Today is just such a special day. The XFL and the USFL merged together to create one powerful spring football league called the UFL. These players are going to play hard-nosed, intense football, passionate football.
Every play matters.
They got one shot. They're going to ball out. Spring football is here to stay.
Hello, folks. Investigator Jim here to give you the truth about the United Football League. I had to do a lot of diving into this one. This was maybe my biggest investigation yet. It took me from the wilds of Florida all the way to the desert heat of Texas. I uncovered conspiracies, mass mind manipulation, people working together who you would never imagine working together, is all here in these documents that I have laid out, describing the full truth about the UFL. In fact, let's start with that. United Football League, United, what does United make you think of? The United Nations, formerly the League of Nations. This is the joining of two leagues to create one nation league under the umbrella of the watchful eye of Big Brother. If you take each word also of United Football League individually, United, is there something to do with America, the Constitution, the United States, football, and league, the Elite Four. Let's take a look at the main new word in the UFL, and that would be the U, United. What do you think when you think United? United States. What do you think when you think of United States? You think of the Constitution of America. The creation of the UFL is written right there in the Constitution for those willing to look for it. I know I sound crazy, but it's right there in the Constitution. Written in 1789, same year as the French Revolution, the UFL is going to revolutionize football. If you look in the Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, Senate plus House of Representatives equals the two conferences of the UFL. Say, for instance, the USFL is the Senate. The XFL conference is the House of Representatives. It all makes so much sense. If you look at all the sections of the Constitution and all the different articles, you have Article 2 with 4 sections, Article 3 with 3 sections, Article 4 with 4 sections, Article 5 with 1, Article 6 with 1, Article 7 with 1. You have 14 sections total plus 6 articles equals 20, plus 27 amendments in the Constitution. I believe they were trying to tell us that in 2027 the UFL is going to be fully franchised. I think they're going to be fully realized within, 3 years of operation. That seems pretty logical to me. I think the Founding Fathers built this in. I think they wanted us to see the truth of what this league will be. It's all right here. If you look at the first letters in the Bill of Rights for this government website right here that I'm showing you right now, you'll see the letters as follows for these opening articles. F, R, Q, S, G, R, J, E, N, R, S, E, A, C, R, I, P, P, W, P, R, T, P, A, P, R, C. I listed those out with a numerical code. The number that I get is 348. If you log that distance from Arlington, you get Branson, Missouri. What is Branson? It is the Vegas of the Midwest with way more Jesus, but that's beside the point. I'm not even getting into religious stuff right now. The Vipers had to be sacrificed. There always needs to be sacrifice for these secret society types. There needs to be sacrifice in order to get progress. The Vipers were the sacrificial lamb or snake, whatever, that had to be killed and die so that this league, the UFL, could thrive and succeed and blossom. And it wasn't just a quick death. You have to have a whole sacrificial ritual going on. So that's what the XFL season was in Vegas. It was brutal. It was just terrible. It was just dehumanizing. And then at the end, cut off the Viper's head and you have a new league. I also took a look at the letters omitted and discarded from the UFL, mainly the X. They kept the U from the USFL, United. They got rid of the S, States. And they got rid of the X. The crossroads of the United States, the exact center point. And this is the part that terrified me more than anything else. If you take a look at the map of the United States of America and have the exact center point with an X, it comes to my garage. And this realization shook me to my core. The garage, as always with spring football, is in the center of everything. Hello? Who is this? Oh my God, it really is you.
Yes, Investigator Jim, it is I, the Tick Goblin here, to put an end to your ceaseless footballing garage activities. I'm here on behalf of the LF.
I knew the time would come eventually. Before I do battle with you. Let's hear from XFL Jim. XFL Jim here on location in Arlington, Investigator Jim. And all I have to say is there's a lot going on that I need to inform the people about. So what do we look at first here? We look at the teams that have been kept. The Arlington Renegades, the San Antonio Brahmas, the DC Defenders, and the St. Louis Battlehawks, and technically, the Houston Roughnecks as well. So what do we do here? We look at the first letter in both the city and the team name. So in Arlington Renegades, we have 1 and 18. For Deep State's trying to get me, Jim. So for the Arlington Renegades, we have the letters A and R, 1 and 18. San Antonio Brahmas, 19 and 2. SNB. DC Defenders, 4 and 4. Pretty easy on that one. And then the St. Louis Battlehawks, 19 and 2. And the Houston Roughnecks, we're just going to use the Roughnecks version of it. We have 18. So you line up these up. So you have the R, B, D, B, and R to create 44. And then you have A, S, D, and S to create 43. You add these up, it gets 87. You divide it by 4, the number of actual teams that they have, you get 21.75. If you figure that as a dollar amount, $21.75, that's exactly how much it costs for a Rock's women's snapback hat in his store. I believe this is telling us that Danny Garcia is the person in charge. She's the main figurehead of the UFL. Danny Garcia is going to be running things. I promise you that. Other things that we have right here, U from USFL and the X from the XFL. If you subtract it, you get -3. So -3 right now. The UFL was announced in 2023. You subtract 3 from that, you have 2020, the year that the XFL, as we all know it, was born. The best version of the XFL in 2020, Jim's opinion. I'm a fan of 2023, but trust me, there's other gyms out there that have their opinions. But I believe this has been planned from the beginning. And also, this might hint to Vince McMahon being involved. I believe Netflix just gave WWE a shitload of money. The Rock's involved with that. I'm sure Vince McMahon is meddling somewhere in this, still pulling these puppet strings like I've alluded to, and we've alluded to many, many times. Back to you, Jim. He got way more powerful. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to Take him this time. Okay, Jim. We gotta strategize here. The penis gun is not something that I saw coming. It is a curveball. And I need to respond appropriately. Sometimes they say don't bring a knife to a gunfight, but I think I have the perfect idea of what to do. Tick Goblin, you're going down, son. Let's get this party going. USFL Jim, I want your takes. Wasn't quite ready yet, Jim, but you know what? UFL Jim here reporting live from Birmingham, and I have to say there's a lot of things that I have been on the lookout. Again, as XFL Jim alluded to in this similar broadcast, I took a look at all of the USFL conference teams. We had the Birmingham Stallions 2-19, Michigan Panthers 13-16. There's a Jim virus going on. The Tick Goblin is trying to kill us. Jesus. The Memphis Showboats 13-19. The Houston Roughnecks, we just took 8 here. So what does this give us? 3.5 teams, 36 plus 54. Equals 90. Divide that by 4. You get 2250, which equals a gambler's polo with the sale they have going on right now. So that tells us that they were talking about the future sale of the team way back then. They were talking about it back then. They know. They know. Everyone, the Shadow Masters are working so hard with this league, and I believe in them. I'm on Team Shadow Master. This is how crazy spring football is right now. I am on Team Shadow Master. So with 3.5 USFL teams fully in this league, I took a look and did some digging. So the 3.5 hair color is the exact same color scheme as the Michigan Panthers. Are the Michigan Panthers confirmed to win the USFL conference here in 2024? Put your futures in now, folks, because I believe the Panthers have this in the bag. Let's look at some USFL dates. You take 2022, obviously a big one. Subtract 1983 from that one, another large one, you get 39. 2024 minus 2022, you get 2. So 39 plus 2 equals 41. I looked up some states that I believe they were trying to allude to some expansion cities. We have North Dakota at 39 and Montana at 41. Are they expanding into the FCS hotbeds? Because in some ways you can look at the UFL trying to be the FCS of professional football, and what better place to expand than FCS hotbeds like Montana and North Dakota? It just makes total sense to me. This is what I've been able to find out in all my little digging. I'm going to go try not to die. I'm going to stay away from the Shadow Masters and try and stay underground as much as possible. I'm going to get back in to the facilities. I love you guys. Back to you, Investigator Jim.
Jim, what can you go get them out of my penis piston? Your bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Be gone, beast.
You may have bested me this time, Investigator Jim, but trust me, we will destroy the garage. Beat me up. Get me the fuck out of here. I can't deal with this bullshit anymore. Fuck you, Jim. Fuck you.
Now, where was I? Oh, my word. That brings me to my final point, people. And that is something that is exciting for me to reveal. It's important that you all know about it, and it's important that the world embraces it. And that's the birth of a new gym. Everything we've laid before you here signifies the birth of a new gym. It always requires sacrifice. It requires a league to root for. And the other gyms are kind of floundering, so to speak. So get ready, because a new gym is coming, and you will